Hi there, welcome to That Board Game Show. My name is James Wood, and today I'm going to show you Tiny Epic Defenders, a fully cooperative game for 1 to 4 players, designed by Scott Almes and published by Gamelyn Games. The land of Aughmoore has been at war for years, and the various factions have been duking it out against each other. But finally, after many years of turmoil, they have come together and formed a coalition, and they have built a beautiful new capital city called Aughmoore. However, this peace is short-lived, because now forces of evil are encroaching upon the land, and it's our jobs as the mighty defenders and heroes of this land to run out from the capital and defend these outer regions from the invading horde of monsters. Once we've defeated enough monsters and held them at bay, we have to defeat the epic foe who is coming to finish the job if his minions don't succeed first. How all that works out in gameplay terms is that each player has a little item meeple. Now, this is immediately one of the unique elements of this game and several other Tiny Epic games. I believe this was the first one to introduce it though. Or it might have been Tiny Epic Quest. I think it was Tiny Epic Quest. I digress. So these ITEMeeples are a very cute and fun element of this game, where as you're playing, you're going to be collecting these items and artifacts, and you'll see that you can take your little meeple, and you can take an item, and you can plug it into their little hand. So now instead of just carrying a card around with you to represent the item you have, as well as the card telling you what that item does, you have a little physical representation on your meeple that can run around the map and show everyone at the table what you're carrying. And how we're going to be using that is we're going to be running around the map, and we're going to be using actions to move from one region to another, and we're going to be fighting back monsters. We're going to be, well, not really fighting actually. You defend in this game. So if you're in the same region that a monster shows up in, you can defend that region against them. You can secure the region after it's been attacked. You can use a special ability, or you can fight the epic foe. So that's a basic, very quick rundown of how the game plays. What I'm going to do is I'm literally going to just demonstrate how it goes in today's video, and you'll see all the rules and I'll explain the details as we encounter them. Now today I'm playing a solo game. As you can see, I'm all by myself here, but I'm controlling 2 characters. So the solo game, you always control 2 characters. So it's basically identical to playing a 2-player game. And the only real difference between solo, 2, 3, and 4 players is the number of people at the table. The gameplay plays out almost identical. We just set up these decks a little bit differently with more or less cards depending on the player count. So with all of that preamble out the way, I'm going to dive in with the first turn, and immediately encounter another unique element of Tiny Epic Defenders, and that is that you don't really take turns in the traditional way. You don't go around the table clockwise and have a start player and go one player after the other. Instead, what we do is we have this deck of cards, which has been set up at the beginning of the game, with a certain number of defender cards, so there's a card for each color, each player, and a couple cards that trigger for all players, as well as all the enemies. So all the enemies and our actions are buried in this deck. So you'll flip over the first card and you will see that in action. So we have enemies show up in the forest. We have some terrifying looking purple spiders. Skitter, 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 attack the forest. So we increase the danger, damage, fire. They're fire-breathing spiders. And we have some fire-breathing fishy bird creatures attacking the coast. That is how the enemies attack, and if one of our characters were there, we could defend and thereby prevent this token moving up. And that's it. Next turn, we flip over another card, and we have more flappy bird, fishy abominations attacking the coast. And we have some spitting fire scorpion giant creatures attacking the desert. Next card, we have a horde of skeletons encroaching in the ruins. And we have a pack of terrifying looking wolves attacking our planes. Oh my goodness, there isn't a safe corner of this land. Okay, so that was 3 cards. Now from setup, I know that there are 3 enemies stacked on top of the deck, and the rest of these cards are our actions. Let's see who gets to go first, and we have the green defender's turn. So now our green defender, who in this case is represented by Nira, the dark elf, and if we flip her card over, we can see a full-size portrait of Nira, or Naira, or Nida, however you want to say that. A dark elf ranger. Little is known about the mysterious dark elven ranger Nira, and she likes it that way, preferring to help her fellow racers from afar, rather than within the clash of battle. Okay, so she stands off in the shadows, and she is our ranger, thereby giving her the special ability of Far Shot, which is to secure an adjacent outer region. I'll explain how that works when I get to it, and you'll see in action pretty soon how that is helpful. So now, after flipping the green defender's turn, we're told gain 3 actions, or 4 if there are any destroyed regions. We'll see how that works as the game progresses. So right now there are no destroyed regions, so Nira gets 3 actions. Your actions are move, secure, fight, or use a special ability. So she's going to move because there's not much you can do from within the capital city. We are told on the capital that you can rest, replenish all of a defender's health if they start their turn in the capital city. That will become quite handy as the game progresses and we start taking damage. But for right now, everyone's at full health, and we can see that these various regions have taken a bit of a hit. So Nira, represented by our green meeple, who in a standard game would be standing up like so, but then you can't really see. Well, I suppose you can see quite clearly, they're quite chunky, but I will leave them lying down for my overhead camera. So Nira is going to move to the ruins, and you will also notice that each of these regions has a special action that you can do in them. So the ruins allow you to spend 1 action to entomb. Place any 1 card from the discard pile onto this card's slot. At the start of the next round, place the entombed card directly into the discard pile, and you can only do that once per round. So let's just do that so you can see how all the different things work. So she's going to spend her second action to entomb. We're going to come to the discard pile over here, and let's take out... I want to take out one of these enemies that attack the coast, because we can see the coast has taken a bit of a knock. So let's remove this one that hits the coast in the desert. Put that back over there, and we're going to put this into this entomb space. I'll just move her out the way, and there we go. That is 1 entombed enemy. We've managed to trap them in the rubble of the city, so lead them down a little alleyway and they get lost for a bit or something. And that was her second action. Her third action, she's going to use her special ability to secure an outer region adjacent to her. So everyone else can secure a region, but they can only secure the region they are in. Securing a region means taking the damage and beep, pulling it down 1 step. So you run around and you rally the forces and you build up defenses and you repair some of the damage that the enemy does. Now Nira's special ranger ability allows her to secure a region from adjacent, so she can take care of any little enemies that are attacking the coast. That is the end of Nira's turn, or the green defender. Now we will flip over the next turn card and we'll keep going. And we instantly get red defender's turn. And our red defender is represented by Gurmund, the dwarven cleric. And I'll probably slip into my best John Rhys Davies Gimli impression throughout as I play his role. Gurmund, the ore coursing through Gurmund's blood keeps him stout on a battlefield. He believes his divine dwarven power must finally be shared, now during Aughmoore's time of need. Indeed, so we have a dwarven cleric. And our dwarven cleric can heal. He can spend 1 action to gain 1 health for yourself or another defender in your region. Very cool. So he can run around and heal us up, which is most handy. because you'll see as we progress, as you take wounds, you never actually die in this game. There's no player elimination or heroes dying, and it's not one of those games where if any character dies, you all lose. Instead, the only way we lose is if our capital city, Aughmoore, has been damaged all the way to the top. So if our capital city gets completely overrun, we lose. If we manage to defeat the epic foe, we win. And I'll take this opportunity to show you that there are several epic foes that you can encounter, and you'll shuffle these up and pick one at random each time you play. And each epic foe will show up in a different outer region when they first spawn. And we also have a whole pile of additional characters that you can play. You can play as Etherna, the elf sorceress, Auric, or Eric, or Eric, or something, the centaur druid, Umtak, the orc barbarian, Ezru, lizard folk warrior, Lilith, human paladin, Merfolk oracle, Leishon, elf commander, Randall, the halfling bard, and that's all. Okay, so them's our characters. You can choose your character that you want to play when you set up, or you can shuffle these up and deal one out at random to each player. So that is quite a lot of variety in this teeny tiny box. Now, on with Gurmund's turn. So he has the same standard actions, and then he has his special heal ability. So let's see, nobody's taken any damage yet, so his heal ability isn't really going to play into effect. So we've got these regions pretty well taken care of with Nira over here. So I'm going to send Gurmund over to this side, because right now they don't really need to be sharing spaces because nobody's taken any wounds. So he's going to come out this way, one action to move to the forest. Now in the forest, he could spend 2 actions to enchant, securing one of any outer region, which could be very useful if one of these is really going off the rails and the forest is pretty well defended. But for right now, I think he's just going to secure the forest since he's right there. And let's see, we know that we've encountered these enemies. So we know that the forest, the coast, the plains, and the ruins are the places that are going to be likely to be hit again. So we've taken out that card that hit the desert, so I don't really need to worry too much about the desert here. So he's going to spend his 3rd action to move over to the plains. Oh, and one more thing. All of these cards, except for the capital, are double-sided. So, remembering that that's on 1. If we look at the plains here, we have on this side, you can spend 2 action points and do prayer, draw the top card from the turn deck, and immediately discard it once per turn. If it is an enemy card, reduce 1 damage in the outer regions matching the symbols on the enemy card. Or if it is a defender card, reduce 1 damage in the capital city. And that's one of the only ways to reduce damage in the capital city. As the capital gets beaten up, we can't use that standard secure action to go in there and repair it. However, this is a double-sided card, so this is the A side. We can flip it over to the B side, and then it has a different special ability, which is Safeguard. You may defend the 2 adjacent outer regions as if you were on them. Okay, so that special action is basically the same as Nira's special action, but it gives it to all players. So I'm going to leave this on the A side for now, and when you set up the game, you can choose the A or B side of any cards. You can mix and match however you want, or you can just shuffle them up and do it at random. I've just left everything on the A side for today's video because I think that's just like the standard game, but I don't think it makes a huge difference. It just, again, adds more variability and more options each time you play. Flip over the next card, and we have an All Defenders card. We've shown at the bottom here, for 1, 2, or 3 players, we include this in the deck. And all defenders gain 3 action points. So now we can distribute 3 action points amongst both players. If you're playing with 4 players, then you don't have this All Defenders card in the deck. you simply have all 4 defender cards in the deck instead. If you're playing with 3 players, you have 1 all defenders card in the deck, as well as the 3 colored defender cards for the different players. And in a 2-player game or a solo game, you have 2 all defenders cards. So I know that this next card is the last all defenders card because it's the last card in the deck. So I know after this turn, I'm going to get another 3 actions to distribute between my characters. So that's also quite a significant part of this game. If you pay close attention to the deck and you can remember what's in it and what's come and what hasn't, you can plan your turns out and you can sort of strategize and position yourself in just the right place at just the right time to defend against the enemies. And I think what I'm going to do is I'm just going to do a bit of securing. We're just going to shore up the map because we're going to be flipping this deck and reshuffling and getting a whole bunch more enemies coming in. So Nira is going to use her special ability to secure the coast. She's going to secure the ruins right where she is. And Gurmund is going to secure the plains. And then we have it. 3 actions done. Flip over the last card. There's our last all defenders card. So again, we have 3 actions to distribute. And I am going to send Nira over here. And then I'm going to use her special action to secure the desert. And I'm going to send Gurmund into the mountains, just in case that gets hit. Let's just check. Let's just check over here. I'm not going to send Gurmund into the mountains because none of these cards are going to hit the mountains. So, in that case, listening to my own counsel from but a moment ago, I'm going to use the 3rd action to just move Gurmund into the forest, because now he's kind of in the middle of things. He's ready to clean up whatever damage happens. And that is the end of round 1. So now what we do is we pick up our turn deck, we give it a shuffle, and we add 1 card from the Horde deck over here. Now, there are 5 cards in this Horde deck. There are 3 regular enemies in the deck, like the ones we've already seen, just hitting different regions. And then there are 2 dire enemies, which behave a bit differently, and I'll explain how they work when they come up. And that's 2 in a 2-player game, 3 in a 3-player game, or 4 in a 4-player game. So you always, basically that's how the game scales for the number of players. It's just how many enemy cards you're dealing with. And then once we've gone through this turn deck 5 times, or 6 times, or something, once we've gone through all of the cards in here and shuffled them into the deck, and we go to draw another one, we will flip over the epic foe and we'll deal with them. So I'm just going to play out another round and show you some more examples, and then we'll see how we go from there. And I've pretty much explained all the basics. So right now I'm going to play a little bit faster, and I'll just explain new rules and elements as they come up. So we'll flip over that. We have spiders attack the forest, and now Gurmund can defend the forest, so he will take 1 wound instead of the forest being attacked. So there is the defenders part of the game coming in. And I just remembered that this card that we entombed in the ruins was meant to be added to the discard pile when we set up the new round. Then, second, we attack the coast, and would you look at that, Nira is hanging out on the coast. Ha! How nice. So she will take a wound and defend against the flappy bird, fishy monster things. I can't tell if it's the birds or the fish that are the monsters here. Maybe both. Let's draw the next one. We have the ruins get attacked because nobody's there to defend them. And the plains get attacked by a pack of wolves because nobody's there to defend them. Oh dear. Okay, all defenders. This is good. This is very good. So now we can run around and fix stuff. So Gurmund is going to run to the plains. He is going to secure the plains. And Nira is going to secure the ruins using her special far shot ability. Haha. Next we have the mountains. Okay, so now the mountains are getting hit. So that's probably the new card we shuffled in from there. So the mountains take a hit, and Gurmund is hanging out in the plains. Ha ha ha. So he says, "Not today," to the pack of wolves, and he thwacks them on the head with his big hammer. Bad dogs, back! Okay, next turn. Red defender's turn. Gurmund gets a turn. Okay, so now he could use his special ability to spend 1 action and gain 1 health. Let's go 1 into the mountains. First action. Second action, he's going to secure the mountains. Third action, he is going to patch himself up a little bit. Put his cleric healer abilities to good use. So now he's a bit more toughened up and ready to defend the next horde of monsters that attack. And we have all defenders gets a turn. Well, now we're in a pickle, because there's not an awful lot to do. So let's look at our special abilities. In the coast, you can spend 2 actions. If the coast is at level 0, you can restore to full health. So that's a bit like the capital city. So we could spend 2 actions for Nira to heal up all the way. Although that would be a bit wasteful because it restores you to full, even if you're further down. I'm going to use the special action of the mountains, I think. Because, yeah, we've already had Gurmund's turn. So the special mountain action is to meditate. Spend 1 action, place your defender in the circle. When the mountains are attacked, move out of the circle to defend without losing health. So he can pop into there. He goes and meditates on a mountain top so that he can foresee everything that's coming towards him. And should the mountains be attacked again, instead of taking a wound, he can just pop out of that space, come out of his reverie, and deal with whatever's there without taking any wounds. Quite nice. Second action, I'm going to move Nira to the ruins. Third action, we're going to use the ruins special ability again to entomb one of these terrible cards. Let's see, what do we want to entomb? Mountains, forest, plains, water. I'm going to entomb this one, that is the ruins and the plains, because I don't have anyone over there, and she can take care of the coast from where she is. So that's quite useful. Then we have done our 3 actions from there. Green defender's turn. Okay, so that's Nira again. Now, she can't do this again because you can only do that once per round, hence there only being 1 slot on the card. So what's she gonna do? What is she gonna do? There's nothing to secure. So her special action ability doesn't really help. I guess she could just come to the coast and heal up. She might as well. She's got nothing else to do with her 3 actions, so she's going to spend 1 to come here, and then spend 2 to rejuvenate, because the coast is at level 0, and heal herself up all the way. Good stuff. Okay, so my people are healing up pretty well. End of round 2. Shuffle in a card. And I'm hoping to get one of these dire enemies show up so that I can show you how they work. And let's see, I'm just going to keep on plowing through turns until that happens. And that was very fortuitous timing. Gurmund is in the mountains meditating, and he sees the bears coming from far off, and bing, jumps out and deals with them without taking a wound. The plains, however, are not defended. Oh dear, the pack of wolves runs rampant through the plains and causes all kinds of mischief. And we have a dire enemy. Yay! Well, not yay, but yay. Yay for demonstration purposes. Okay, because the Minotaur is a dire enemy and he shows up in the forest. And we don't have anyone in the forest. That's annoying. Okay, he has toughness, lose 3 when defending. So instead of just taking 1 wound to defend against a Minotaur, you take 3 wounds. Ouch! Most dire enemies only deal 2 wounds. Well, only. And how this also works, if I had someone in here, so let's say Nira was there, she would take 3 wounds, 1, 2, 3. And then this little symbol here tells us to gain an artifact. And that's how you gain these artifacts and plug in the little items into your meeples. Sadly though, we can't do that right now, because that would be cheating to just teleport over there and defend it. Minotaur runs rampant in the forest, and fortunately it just goes up by 1. even though it costs 3 to defend. He only does 1 damage to the forest. But now I know, and I need to remember, keep this in my brain, that I need to have someone hanging out in the forest to deal with him once we've cycled through this deck again. Okay, so now I want to cycle through the deck quickly so that I can get back to him. And hopefully get one of these special items, and she should be at full health because that was just a demonstration. Okay, so let's burn through this deck nice and quick. The forests get attacked by spiders. Oh no, Mr. Minotaur brought some friends with him. The coast, haha, can be defended by Nira because she is hanging out there. Yay. Okay, red defender's turn. What's he gonna do? I think he's gonna heal himself up. Bing. That's his first action. Second action, he's going to go there. Third action, he's going to secure the plains. Right. Yes, I like that. Okay. Then Nira gets a turn. What you gonna do, Nira? I guess she's just gonna go 1 to the desert and then 2, 3. Using her far shot to secure the forest from an adjacent region. And then let's look at what the desert has. We have Mirage. This is an ongoing effect ability. It doesn't require any actions. While in the desert, lose 1 health to reveal the top 3 cards of the turn deck and then rearrange them in any order and place them back on top. You can only do that once per turn. So she's going to lose 1 health, like so. And I'm going to rather send Gurmund into the forest to try defend against the Minotaur. So I will look at the top 3 cards of the deck. It just so happens there are only 3 cards in the deck. Okay, we have 2 All Defenders cards, and we have the desert, and we have the coast being attacked. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to stack the deck so that I can have the Defenders card come up next, so that I can position myself in the coast and the desert to defend against these enemies. Haha. Okay, so that worked out. I will stack that like so. End of Nira's 3 actions. Flip over an All Defenders card. Oh, what a surprise. Nira is going to move to the coast. And Gurmund is going to come trundling down into the desert to fight some scorpions. Okay. Come at me. So, Flappy Bird things first attack the coast, and Nira says, nah. She plinks them out of the sky with her longbow. Then, Gurmund is going to defend the desert. Haha. He doesn't even flinch at all the giant scorpions attacking him. And then lastly, we have All Defenders. So we're going to use the coast special ability to heal up Nira. Bing! All the way to full health. That's 2 of our 3 actions. Third action, Gurmund is going to go camp out in the forest and wait for a Minotaur to attack. Right. We take a card from the Horde deck. We shuffle it into the turn deck. And we keep going. And flippity flop the card, and we have Nira, something like that. And we're supposed to put that in the discard pile. I always forget that step for some reason. She's going to come here to the desert. She's going to take a wound, and then she's going to stack the deck and look at the next 3 cards, 1, 2, 3, so that we can see if one of these is the Minotaur. Let's see. Ha, there it is. Oh, it was the next one anyway. Oh, well. Okay, she's got 1 action left. Actually, she's got 2 actions left, because that doesn't cost an action to do. So, we're going to have the Minotaur attack the forest, and we've got Gurmund there to defend. Good. Then, we don't have any actions coming up. This is a bit of a problem, but oh well. Then we'll have the forests. Let's do that. Yeah, we'll do it like that, and we'll just deal with that. Okay, so now we will flip over the Minotaur. And Gormund is in there, and he stands up against the Minotaur, who comes at him with his big axe. And Gormund comes at him with his big shield and his big hammer, and he says, "Not today!" And he takes 1, 2, 3. Ow! So Gormund takes quite a beating in that instance. But he manages to wrench a relic out of the hands of the Minotaur. Ha! What has he got? He has the Horn of Command. Spend 1 action to choose a defender in the capital city and move them to an adjacent region. They are restored to full health. Ha! That's quite useful and very appropriate for our cleric to have. Haha, let's plop that over there. And you'll see it has a little hand icon. That represents a hand item. So he's going to take that and he's going to pop it in his little hand over there. Although that doesn't look like a type of horn, but oh well. So the little hand there is to remind you that you can have 2 hand items, 1 on each hand of your little meeple, and 1 cape cloak type item. You can see that we've got these wings over here and this cape over here. And these have got little 2 pegs to clip in to the back like so. So you can never carry more than 2 hand items, even though you've got 4 holes. You can't suddenly grow an extra pair of arms. Okay, so that was defending against the Minotaur, and now Gormund is all the way down to 0 health. When you're down to 0 health, you're not dead, you're just exhausted. And when you're exhausted, all you can do is move. I think you can use your special abilities. Basically, what you can't do is secure, defend, or fight. So now we know that there's more things coming into the forest. I didn't finish using her 3 actions, did I? No, I didn't. Okay, she used 1 action to move there. She's going to use another action to move there. And then she's going to stay there. Right. Because now we know that there are those spiders coming for the forest again. So I need someone else in the forest to defend because Gormund is rather spent after fighting off that giant Minotaur. He is a little guy after all. Next turn, we flip over there. Forest is attacked. Nira defends it. Blink. And the coast is attacked. Oh dear, nobody's there to defend it. That's a problem. The mountains are attacked because nobody's there. And the plains are attacked. Oh dear. Oh dearie. Okay, well, let's see what we get. Gormund. I wonder if he can Horn of Command himself. I'm going to say yes. It doesn't say no, so I'm going to spend 1 action to move into the capital city. I'm going to spend another action to choose a defender. I choose myself. I blast the horn of my own ear. In the capital and move them to an adjacent region. They are restored to full health. Ha! Okay, so that's his first action. Second action, he can go there or there. We don't know what's coming. I'm going to go this way. Bing! So that we're spreading out a bit. And third action, I'm going to entomb something. Let's entomb this one. Let's entomb the forest and the plains card, because I don't want those to get hit again. Okay, that's his 3 actions. The coast is attacked again. Oh dear. And the desert is attacked again. Okay, things are escalating now. All defenders gets a turn. Good. Good. Oh, he's supposed to be at full health. Bring. Yay. Okay, well, let's just use Nida's ability. She's going to go 1, 2, and I think I'm going to send Gormund 3 into the coast so he's there to take care of anything that pops up, because we don't want this getting all the way to the top. If it does get all the way to the top, then this region is destroyed, and any further attacks that go onto it attack the capital city instead. So that is very bad news. You really want to keep these under control. Okay, desert, pling, and mountains, pling, oh dear. Of course, the 2 places I am not in. And all defenders. All defenders gets a turn. Let's just secure the places we're in. So, Nida can secure the desert from where she stands. He can just secure the coast from where he stands. 1, 2, that is 3 actions. End of round. Shuffle in a horde card. We only have 1 left, and then we're getting to the epic foe pretty soon. Okay. If you want to skip ahead to the epic foe, I'll leave timestamps in the video description and you can just jump to there if you want. Or you can stick around and watch the rest of the turns play out until we get there. Okay, all defenders get to turn. Let's use the Horn of Command. Naira will move into the capital city for 1 action. Gurmund will use his Horn of Command to send a commanding call through the land, and Naira gets all invigorated and excited and she says, "Yay, let me go fight something." And that's meant to be in the discard pile. And she gets 1, 2, full health, and she will go bling, let's go to the ruins. And we have 1 action left because that was only 2. I think she's going to move up to the mountains. As much as I'd like to do this entomb thing again and just keep the enemies at bay, the mountains are looking a bit precarious. Okay. Red's turn. Gurmund, what you gonna do, Gurmund? Not a lot. Not a lot for you to do. Well, I guess he'll go do some entombing then. He'll move to the ruins. He will take out this card and he will bury it once again. There we go. And that was his 3 actions. Flop the card. Oh, maybe he should have run to the forest. Rewind. Bing, bing, bing. He's going to run to the forest. I'm going to leave that in the discard pile. Because that Minotaur has been shuffled back into the deck. And we don't want it hitting the forest, and we want to get more relics. Okay. So now we're in the forest, so he can defend against that. And the coast takes a hit, and actually, I'm not going to defend the forest. I'm going to keep my health at full, and I'm going to let the forest take 1 hit. Because I'm going to rather save my hits for that Minotaur. Because getting down to 0 health while not the end of the world is rather annoying. Okay. Oh, look, the coast gets hit again. And the desert gets hit again. Desert hasn't been a huge issue. Speak of the devil. And the desert gets hit again. Just when I'm thinking that it's under control. And the mountains would get hit, but Naira says, "No siree, berries or jaguars or whatever you're supposed to be. Mountain lion bear hybrid things." She defends it. Sadly, she's not in the mountain circle, so she can't defend without taking a wound. And the ruins take a hit, bong, and the plains take a hit, bong. And more plains, and more forests. Ooh, do I let the forests get hit again? Yeah. I can always secure it on my turn. And there's the Minotaur. Right. So, Gurmund is going to take 3 hits. 1, 2, 3. Bing, bing, bing. Ow, ow, ow. And he's going to gain another relic. Give me that. Okay, he has the Spear of Valor. Spend 2 action points. Fight, dealing 3 damage instead of 1 once per turn. That will come into play when we get to the epic foe and we start fighting it. So I'll just keep that over there with his trusty horn, and I will give him the Spear of Valor. And I'm hoping that Naira will have a turn to attack something at some point, because currently she has no items. Shame. Naira gets a turn. Okay, now what is this last card? Green's had a turn. Red's had a turn, and we've only had 1 All Defenders card. Okay, so we've got another All Defenders card coming up. So we know what that is, which means by process of elimination, I know that that card is the last dire enemy. Okay. So, Naira is going to do a whole bunch of securing. She's going to go 1, 2, 3. I like that, because now we're going to flip over an All Defenders card, as expected. And Gurmund is going to heal himself a bit. 1. Naira is going to secure the ruins. 2. Actually, that's only on 1. Let's go to the ruins. 2, and we'll secure the coast. 3. Yeah, that seems like a good plan. Okay, now shuffle up. Last card from the Horde deck, which means this is the final round before the epic foe is going to show up. Because when you need to draw a card from here and there are none left, the epic foe gets revealed. So we are rapidly approaching the end game. Let's see how it plays out. The desert is attacked, of course. Oh my. And I know there's a few more desert cards in there, so oh dear. We might be losing the desert. And the mountains are attacked because no one's there to defend them. Okay, all defenders. Let's go fix this. Gurmund, go sort out the desert, please. 1, 2. And now you're there. Let's use Naira's ability to pull down the mountains for 3. Yeah, we'll do that. Well, that worked, because now the mountains get hit again. And then the plains get hit again. And then Gurmund gets another turn. Okay, so he's just going to pull this down to 0 while he's here. 1, 2. And he's going to heal himself up for 3. So he's now a little bit more prepared to deal with any enemies that crop up. And he gets attacked by a manticore in the desert. Well, that's both good and bad. Good, because now we can defend against the manticore. Bad, because it means Gurmund is getting all the relics and Naira has none. He's not sharing. Oh my. Okay, well now we know the Minotaur hasn't come up yet, so we want to get Naira over to the forest. There's the plan. I could have used his ability to stack the deck and see what's coming, but meh. I didn't. The Manticore can be defended, so Gurmund will take 1, 2 wounds. If he wasn't there and he couldn't defend the desert, then we would read this text and it says raise, increase 2 instead of 1. So the Manticore does a lot of damage. This massive scorpion, tiger, lion, phoenix, bat thing. Oh my word. That is so many different kinds of creatures all mashed into one. But fortunately, Gurmund is there with his big axe and his big... No, not axe. Nope. His big hammer and his big shield, and he fights off the Manticore bravely. And look, he even has 1 health left. Ha! Okay, so now he is going to get another artifact. And let's hope it's one that he can put on his back. And... Ha! I promise I didn't stack that deck. He found the Wings of Zephyr. Spend 1 action. Move to any outer region of your choice. Once per turn. Ha ha ha. Wow. He is so incredibly beefed up. And he is going to equip the Wings of Zephyr, and look at my little Gurmund go with all his fancy items. Ha! He is ready to do battle. Okay, he's going to have to start standing up now that he's got his wings. Or can he lay down? He can kind of lay down, but he's going to stand up with all his bits. Okay, so Gurmund is fully kitted out. Now, had that been another hand item, because you can only carry 2, he could choose to drop one of the items he already has. He could give up his spear or his horn. And then the item that you have to discard gets shuffled back into the artifact deck for somebody else to potentially pick up. Okay. That was a lot of stuff for one little card flip. Okay, let's go next. And I hope that Naira can scoot over here and deal with the Minotaur. But first we have some wolves in the plains, and we have some spiders in the forest, and this is starting to get bad. And we have some more... Whoop. Okay, so first we do the ruins. Nira is in the ruins. She's going to defend, because things are starting to get out of control here. So she's going to take a hit to defend the ruins. because there's nobody to defend the plains, so chances are that is going to get wiped out. That's not good. Okay, the coast gets hit because there's nobody there to do anything about it. And Gurmund could defend. Yeah, he will. He'll take a hit. He'll take the last hit on his track, which means he can't secure, defend, or fight until he either comes to the coast to heal up, or he can still use his special ability to heal, so that's good. And all defenders get some turns. Right. Nira, go to the forest, please. Sadly, moving through the capital doesn't heal her, and she actually won't be able to defend against the Minotaur. Oh, bothersome. Okay, so I'm going to hope for the best. I'm going to move Nira 1, 2, and then 3, I'm going to use his special ability to heal her 1. He can't do this. She could do it, but I'd love to stack this deck right now, but I will. That's unfortunate. Yes, because there's the Minotaur. I could sense it coming. Okay. Okay. So now the Minotaur thoroughly destroys the forest. The forest is on fire, which means we immediately increase the threat in the capital city. And remember, that's really hard to bring down. In fact, nigh impossible. The only place we can bring it down is with the plains special action. And we now take the Minotaur card and we flip it face down and we place it in the forest, covering up its special ability and removing that card from play. And now the forests are destroyed. So now any cards that attack the forests go straight to the capital. Now, we can still move to the forests, so we can still go there. We can still defend the forests, so if we're there, we can defend any creatures that are attacking it. But we can't use the special ability. And from now on, benefit, a sort of compensation prize for having let one of your regions go to waste, is every time we flip a defender's card, either an all defenders or a specific color, we get 4 actions instead of 3. So that's quite nice. What's not quite nice is that our forest is destroyed, and Naira still doesn't have any items. So instead of healing her, she should have secured there, but live and learn. Okay, now she gets a whole bunch of actions. It's a bit late for that. Oh dear. A bit late for that indeed. Okay, well let's go defend that. So she's going to go 1, 4 actions, remember? 2, 3, she's going to do the coast before she goes, and 4, she's going to pull that down 1 more. Okay. So now the mountains is our only real problem. And, oh, look at that. Spiders in the forest. Well, Naira can defend that, thankfully. Otherwise, that would have passed straight through and hit our capital, which is bad news. And the coast gets hit because nobody's there to defend it. Okay. So, end of round. We shuffle up the turn deck. And now, we flip over the epic foe. Dun dun dun! Bum bum! Oh my, it's a dragon! Ah! Oh, it's a dragon. Okay, we have a dragon to deal with now. And the dragon shows up in the mountains. Every epic foe shows up in a specific region. So the dragon is hanging out in the mountains, of course. He's got some massive cave lair that he's hiding in. And every epic foe has a unique special ability. His special ability is Scorch. When any defender card is drawn, immediately move the dragon clockwise 2 regions. Okay, so he flies around. He doesn't just camp out in the mountains. So he'll just keep on circling around. So he's a bit unpredictable because now, in order to win the game, we have to take the dragon down all the way to 0 health. How we do that is if you're in the same region as the dragon, you can fight the epic foe. For each action you spend, you deal 1 damage. Now, fortunately, Gormund has got the Spear of Valor, so when fighting, he can spend 2 action points to deal 3 damage instead of 1. So he basically gets an extra hit. But he can only do that once per turn. But now we've got the dragon with his flying ability, so he's going to fly around and he's going to be a bit unpredictable. He's going to be harder to get to. Fortunately, again, Gormund has got some wings of the Zephyr, so he can fly to wherever the dragon has gone. So probably what I want to do now is I want Naira to come camp out in the desert so that she can fend off that manticore and hopefully get some artifacts herself that could maybe prove useful. Because this is really hard to defeat the epic foe if you don't have these artifacts built up. Okay, now, because there aren't any more cards, we're going to just keep on cycling through this deck. So now we know exactly all the cards that are in there. If you're any good at card counting, you can really keep track and plan and predict. I'm not that good at card counting. I can remember the basics, but that is pretty much all. So now, the final showdown. The final battle against the massive epic dragon. Wish me luck. Okay. Ruins get hit. Bong. Plains get hit. Bong. All defenders. Good. Okay. Not good. My fighter cleric person is all the way down to 0 health. This is a problem. He's going to come here. 1, 2, 3. He doesn't have enough. But hopefully when another All Defenders card is drawn, or his card is drawn, he can spend 2 actions to rejuvenate and get all his health back. That's what we're going to do. Because I would rather actually secure these regions. Because if they all get wiped out and our capital gets taken out, game over. 4, we're going to use Naira to secure the plains from adjacent. Okay. Flippity flop a card and the desert gets hit. Bong. And the mountains get hit. Bong. Oh my. Oh my. Oh dear. Okay, the forests get hit, which would hit the capital, but nah. Naira is going to take care of those spiders. And Gormund cannot defend the coast, unfortunately, because he's all the way down at 0 health. That's rather annoying. I just realized he could have used his Horn of Command. Bah. I would rather 3. And the coast gets hit again. Bong. And the desert gets hit again. Bong. Oh my. Oh my goodness me. Okay. Right. Gormund is going to spend 2 of our 4 actions to fully heal. Bing! Thank goodness. And I just realized I haven't been doing the dragon's special ability. So, he was supposed to move when the first All Defenders card came up, because when any defender card is drawn, he moves 2 spaces clockwise. So he would have moved 1, 2 to the coast. And because I'm a bit restricted on space here, what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to move his card over to there, just so that we can keep him easily visible and easy to track his health. And I'm going to use a second meeple, one of the colors I'm not playing with, to represent where the dragon is. So this yellow meeple is now the dragon. Because I didn't think ahead. I could have brought a dragon mini from one of my other games to represent the dragon. But then did I know that I was going to encounter the dragon? Oh well. That's a missed opportunity, isn't it? So he moved 2 spaces clockwise. Then we drew this All Defenders card, and he moved 2 spaces clockwise. Which means he is now in the forest. And I've done 2 actions here to heal him up. Now Naira is on 1 health, which is just enough for her to fight the dragon. So she's going to spend 2 actions, 1, 2, to fight the dragon twice. Phew, okay. So he's at full health. We need her to get into the capital. She's only going to hit the dragon once, and she's going to move into the capital. That way, at the start of her next turn, she'll automatically replenish up to full health. Or, if his card comes up first, I can use his Horn of Command to send her out and replenish her to full health. So, we have options now. Flippity flop the next card, and it's Naira's turn. So, she's in the capital. She gets back up to full health. Bing! Lovely, lovely, lovely. The dragon moves 1, 2, which is rather annoying because she wanted to go there and punch him in the face, but oh well. I wonder if I should just send her around securing stuff. Or if she should come here. Haha, that's what she's going to do. She's going to come 1, 2, use the special ability, the Mirage, to take 1 wound and search the top 3 cards of the deck, see what's coming, and stack it in her favor. Which didn't work. I was hoping to get the Manticore and stack it right on top, but oh well. Okay, well, all we'll do is we'll stack red so that he has a turn first, and then let's see, we know what's coming. So she's gone 1, 2. She's still got 2 actions left. We could go secure the plains or defend the plains. The mountains are about to get destroyed. This is a problem. Okay, so I'm going to let the mountains come up next, and I'm going to send Gurmund to defend the mountains. Right. Okay, there's the plan. So her second action, she's going to move back over here. Third action, she's going to secure the plains a bit, because we know there's 2 cards coming up that are going to hit them. Then, red defender's turn, but first, dragon moves. Flap, 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 flap. Lands in a cloud of steam on the coast. And now I'm in prime position to fight the dragon. Yay! And I also need to go defend that. So let's fight the dragon first, because he's flown right into my arms. Or right into my spear point, more to the point. Okay, so Gurmund can spend 2 actions. He goes and spends 2 actions to deal 3 damage to the dragon. 1, 2, 3. And now the dragon has landed on one of these little icons over here, this little black skull thing, which triggers a special action. On that, all defenders lose 2 health. Ouch. Okay, so he blasts out a fireball, and everybody, no matter where you are, because it's a big fireball and it engulfs the whole realm, takes 2 damage. 1, 2, 1, 2. Owie. That hurt. Okay, there's 1 more of those, and then he's done. Now, I can only do my Spear of Valor once per turn. So, knowing that the mountains are coming up and those are going to get destroyed, do I just stay where I am and keep fighting the dragon, or do I go defend the mountains? If I don't go defend the mountains, they're going to get destroyed and our capital is going to start taking a hit. But if we can destroy the dragon before then... Nope. I'm going to go defend the mountains. 1, using my Wings of Zephyr, and 2, I'm going to enter the mountain space to defend that without taking a wound. Okay. Now, the mountains get attacked, and I hop out of the mountains. Bing! And defend, and the plains are attacked, and nobody's there to defend. The plains are attacked, and the forest is attacked, which means the capital gets attacked, or I can take Naira's last hit. I think I'm going to let the capital take a hit, because if she goes down to 0 health, she can't fight the dragon. So we're going to let the capital take 1 knock, which means this is the Manticore, which means the desert is getting destroyed. Oh well, not much we can do about that. Boom. There's the Manticore. Raise. Increase 2 instead of 1. Dun dun. Well, that does mean both of our dire enemies have destroyed regions and come out of the deck. So that is a good thing and a bad thing, because it means that we don't really have those big bad enemies to deal with anymore. But it's a bad thing because it means Naira will now never get any artifacts. Shame. She's feeling all left out and he's got all the glitzy stuff over here. No fair. Oh well, such is life. Now, when that goes up to full, we hit the capital. So now our capital's getting beaten up rather fastidiously. And shuffle the turn deck and go again. I just need to hit the dragon 5 or 6 times and he's done. So, let's do it. All defenders. First, dragon moves over there. Ha! This works. Okay, Gormund is going to fly over here. 1. He's going to heal Naira. 2. And then he's going to attack the dragon with his spear. 3, 4, using 2 actions to do 3 damage. 1, 2, 3. Which means we're perilously close to the fireball hitting us again, but oh well. That's a problem for another day. And, okay, now the mountains are destroyed. Capital City goes up 1, and now you'll see that I take this card where it says first the mountains, then the plains. But because the mountains were hit first and they were destroyed, we flip this card face down, placing it there, and the plains don't take a hit, because that card is now out of the game. I only need to hit the dragon twice. However, if I hit the dragon once, both my heroes are down to 0 health. That's not good. But there's not much I can do about it, so let's see. Red defender's turn, dragon moves, 1, 2, back into the mountains. Ha! I think I can do this. He's going to fly, because this is red defender, yay. Gormund is going to fly there, 1. Going to heal himself, 2. Then he's going to go 3, 4 with his spear, 1, 2, 3. Along the way, everyone takes 2 damage, 1, 2, 1, 2. But we get the dragon down to 0 health and we win the game. We have vanquished the dragon, we have saved the land, we have let 3 of our outer regions go into rack and ruin, but oh well, we can always rebuild. The point is, dragon is vanquished. Bye-bye. Ha! And there you have tiny epic defenders. I hope you enjoyed that playthrough. If you did, please let me know down in the comments below. And with that, I shall say thank you ever so much for watching, and I hope you enjoyed the show.